See what he says. 3 things. When we come to God in prayer, 3 things. 2 Chronicles 20 verse 12. 1, we have no power. I cannot solve this problem, Lord. It's too big for me. I don't know how to find a solution to this problem. It's a wonderful thing when God brings us into situations where we have no solution ourselves. If you read the Old Testament, it's full of stories where God brought the Israelites into difficult situations with their enemies. They had to look up to him. And when they looked up to him, they won the victory. When they did not look up to him, they were defeated. And sometimes they were defeated for years. So God allows these trials to come so that we look up to him. And so, what's the first thing? We look up to him and say, we have no power. This is too much for me, Lord. I don't have the strength to handle it. I'm too weak. I'll get a nervous breakdown if I try to handle this alone. I don't have the power, number 1. Number 2, I don't know what to do. I don't have the wisdom. That's the second point. I don't have the power and I don't have the wisdom as to what to do here. It's too complicated a situation for me. I don't know how to handle this. I don't have power. I don't have wisdom. I don't know what to do. Even young folks who are considering marriage come into situations where they say, Lord, I don't know who in the world I can marry because I don't know what people are like. And I don't have wisdom. And I don't have anybody to help me. We are powerless. We don't have wisdom. I don't care what the problem is. Each person's got a different problem. But the solution is the same. Like I told you. Claim God's promises and say, I have no power. I have no wisdom. And the third important point, don't stop there. But, verse 12, we are trusting you. Our eyes are on you. So those are the 3 things he said. I don't have power and I don't have wisdom, but I have absolute confidence in you that you will solve this problem. I don't know how. Can you say that? Whatever problem you're facing right now. And stop fighting with human beings. Let me repeat that. Make an end today to fighting with your marriage partner. And if you do slip up, then immediately apologize and ask forgiveness. Cleanse that in the blood. And never, never, never go to bed with unsettled disputes with your marriage partner. And what happened? The Spirit of the Lord came immediately, verse 14, and gave an answer. And the answer was, again, verse 15, don't be afraid. Middle of verse 15. That's always God's answer. First of all, don't be afraid. Because same words as Moses spoke by the Red Sea, the battle is not yours, but the Lord's. Verse 17, you don't have to fight in this battle. You just stand still and see the salvation of the Lord on your behalf. Exactly similar words to what Moses said way back in Exodus 14, which we saw. You stand still and see what the Lord can do for you. Boy, I have experienced that a number of times in my life. And I would not have experienced it if God had not allowed me to come into extremely tight, difficult situations. If I had had an easy way through life right from the time I was converted, I would never have experienced all these promises. I tell you honestly, I thank God more for the difficult situations I faced in my life than for the easy times I've had in my life. I'm not just trying to be spiritual. That's the absolute truth. Because it is in those tough times, in the tight spots, that I got to know God intimately. And my whole life and ministry has not come just out of studying the Bible. I would have been an academic teacher, but it's come out of my life. So you thank God for all the situations that come into your life where God wants you to know Him better. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Don't be afraid. The ones who are with us are more than the ones who are against us. For every demon, there are 2 angels. You know the verse for that, right? Revelation 12. Don't ever be afraid. Don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. Before Jesus went to the cross, what did He say to His disciples? John chapter 16. John chapter 16.